Back to live action here at Minglewood Hall. The hall is darkened as we get ready for our next fight, a V3Fights welterweight division battle between Kevin "Kid Savage" Pease and Benjamin Clark. And we'll first meet Kevin Pease from Memphis, Tennessee, and one of the many fights on the card tonight from Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu. He's coached by a number of very familiar names to folks around the area and even outside the area in the world of MMA. Brian Hall, Nathan Pang, Zach and Jake Underwood. Will be cornered by Hall and Pang, and here he comes, Kid Savage making his debut.
This kid was an All-American wrestler at St. Benedict. His old high school coach is here today to watch him fight. He's been working with Jaleel Willis, our professional undefeated welterweight champion. Went down to Florida to American Top Team to roll with those guys. This guy's putting in the work. It's his debut, and I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah, as you mentioned, St. Benedict at Auburndale, here in the Memphis area in Cordova, two-time National Collegiate All-American wrestler, or not collegiate, but two-time National All-American wrestler, third in the states, region champion in high school, and his pursuit now is of a world title. There he is, Kid Savage, Kevin Pease.
Definitely a lot of fans here to see him. His old high school coach that I mentioned is here.
Clint Kolosinski with the final instructions for Kevin Pease. He'll do the same for Benjamin Clark when he enters the cage. And let's get set to meet Benjamin Clark, a fellow Memphian, so it's an all-Memphis affair, from USA Karate in Bartlett, coached by Robbie Beard, Ryan Acuff, and Dale Borey, and cornered by Borey and Acuff. He is a student at the University of Memphis. He's just 18 years of age. He's majoring in accounting, and he considers jiu-jitsu, which is his specialty, just a hobby. So he said, why not? Let me fight a little bit.
This kid's tough. His last fight was against Royce Gracie's son, the very first ever UFC champion. It was a very close decision. I actually gave Ben Clark the fight. Royce Gracie's son was immediately signed to a professional contract with Bellator MMA. So that was a high-level fight. Ben Clark is the real deal. This is a dangerous fight, debut fight for Kevin Pease, but I'm really excited about it.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Again, two very young fighters, as Pease is just 20 making his debut, and Clark 18 years of age. He is 1-1. Clark has a little bit of a height advantage at 6'1" to 5'9" for Pease. Also a reach advantage with Clark at 76 inches, 70 for Kevin "Kid Savage" Pease. They tipped the scales yesterday officially. Pease at 169.9 and 168.5 for Benjamin Clark. Clark considers himself a jiu-jitsu fighter, and Pease the wrestler, obviously, as we talked about his resume at the high school level. The two are inside the cage. They're staring down each other. And now let's get the formal introduction of these two gladiators as we go inside to Dustin Starr.
A quick note, if Byron Harris owns a Ford Edge, you are needed at the front of Minglewood Hall. Byron Harris, if you own a Ford Edge, you are needed at the front of Minglewood Hall. V3 Legend, this bout is brought to you by Cloud9 Smoke Shop. And it's set for three 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, the third man inside the cage, will be Kolosinski. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he wears the gold trunks and stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 169.9 pounds. He is making his MMA debut. He represents Memphis Judo and Jiu-Jitsu with a wrestling style. And he's fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kid Savage Kevin Pease. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the orange corner. He wears the black trunks and stands 6 feet 1 inches tall. He weighed in at 168.5 pounds. He has a record of 1 win and 1 loss. He represents USA Karate with a jiu-jitsu style. And he's fighting out of Memphis, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Benjamin Clark.
And Clint Kolosinski, the third man in the cage for this battle. Boy, Ben Clark, he looks young. He is young at 18, but then again, so is Kevin Pease. He's just 20. This should be fun. V3Fights welterweight division battle set for 3 3-minute rounds. Round 1, here we go. Oh, Pease quickly with the right, and now looks for the takedown, and he gets it.
Gets that double leg, you know, that wrestling background. He's able to secure the takedown fairly easily. But this might be where Ben Clark wants to be. So let's see if he can take advantage on the bottom here.
It was interesting because Pease, he had just from the start, there was the game plan. Just a quick pop with his right, and then he got the takedown. Now, hammering away with that right hand. Up kick there from Clark, and now more shots from Pease. And a lot of these are connecting. Pease is covering, or Clark is covering up himself. Pease is relentless. He's looking at Kolosinski. He's not ready to stop it yet.
He's also got to watch the back of the head here.
Clark's got to do something, though. Clark, it's over. It is over. Forget about wrestling. I mean, basically all he had to do was get down with some ground and pound, and Pease could just never, or make that Clark could never protect himself. How about that avalanche of punches from Kevin Kid Savage Pease?
Just a nice textbook double leg takedown, and he just didn't stop throwing punches. That's what Gibson should have been doing earlier in the fight. Just not stop throwing punches, and you force the referee to stop the fight. You see that double leg, he just gets in, finishes it. Benjamin tries to put him in a guard, but Pease is just too strong here, and you see him just not, he doesn't stop punching the entire time.
That looked like a game plan well executed. What a job, and there is the end of the fight with Clint Kolosinski calling a halt to the battle. Now let's get the official time as we go inside the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this match, 51 seconds into the first round, by TKO, Kid Savage, Kevin Pease.
Man, looking all pretty and angry,
That
mean
is
and good.
a debut right there. First round TKO, 51 seconds for Kid Savage, Kevin Pease. What a victory to open up his amateur career. Meanwhile, Ben Clark falls to 1-2.